And we're back.
There you go.
So we'll start with well, we'll say that we're going to be doing The Exorcist because Dana picked it,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there. But we'll start with our recently watched or anything that we want to talk about. So I'll go with Dirk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first one, yeah, the first one, that I actually got a few to talk about today. So, you know, first one that I'm gonna talk about is that I recently got and went ahead and watched it, checked it out. It's pretty cool. It's not for everybody. It's Paul Nashi, you know,
Oh, I like Paul Nash.
but it's Night of the Executioner.
Ah,
Okay.
A 1992 film. Death Wish rip off. He's celebrating his 50th birthday, and meanwhile, some heroin junkies break in his house and rape and kill his wife and daughter. So then, and they cut his tongue out and shit, and so then he's got to, train up like Rocky, and weightlifting and self training with throwing knives. And I was wondering if Tarantino had stole that shit and put it in Desperado, But he's got like this vest with these damn knives and shit. And so he self trains himself and goes back and gets revenge. But it's a fun little movie. I mean, not high tier, but it's some over the top Nashy. And I guess he don't really like to talk a lot, so he was like, "Hey, cut my tongue out in this one."
Have we not seen that one, Steve?
I don't recall if
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
You should show me that one. You show
but-
me all the werewolf movies.
Well, I mean, I've shown a Night Kill. Not was it School Killer or whatever he was in, and that
I guess I forgot.
one where he dresses up Howl of the Devil. And
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. There's the one other one where he's it's like Sangre Roscoe Sangre, where he's like an actor and he dresses up.
Yeah, he usually likes to put himself in every film, and he makes love with all the women. And,
Oh yeah.
He gets all. Nash
Yeah.
gets all the women.
and he'll play the bad guy too. So, he's the hero and the villain most of the time. But in this one, he's not. He's just Bronson ripoff.
Mhm.
And then the other one, I'd never seen it, but I've been trying to go through all of Guillermo del Toro's filmography because I really like that director, and that's Crimson Peak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I really like this film. It turns into two different films. Really, it's like a gothic romance.
Yeah.
At first, it's like a romance at first, then it turns real gothic like. But
I'm gonna rewatch that soon because I really
yeah,
it's really I like the way because I mean all his movies have a certain style, and that one's really good.
yeah, I really dug this one. You got Loki as the
Yeah.
in there, the guy that plays Loki or whatever. But yeah, it's not a bad one. Like the set design, like they built this mansion. It's amazing. Like when I watch the special features on that, they actually built this damn mansion. So they're not going from set to set. They're going throughout the house, when they're filming. I was like, damn. And then he adds little details, like he sewed the word fear in all the actors' clothing and shit. Like for I don't know. He's very detailed with his shit, man. I don't know. But I'd check it out.
Cool.
I stayed away from it a long time. Yeah, I stayed away from it a long time. A lot of people said it was boring, but I don't think so. It's a slow burn, but it's very effective. And the CGI is not heavy-handed. He's got a lot of good practical effects too. So I'll check it out. And then the third one is finally got around to this one.
Yeah.
After Hours. I can't believe this slipped my. I thought I had seen it, but when I was watching it, I didn't remember it at all. 1985, Martin Scorsese, highly underrated. It's a weird ass movie though. It's a dark comedy. This guy Paul, he's a yuppie. He's bored. but it was like right out the gate. I got big nostalgia because he's sitting there at his house, bored out his mind, and he's got that old cable TV clicker where he's clicking through the channels, like the long one, with the buttons.
Oh,
Yeah.
You remember that shit or no?
I mean, I saw it in TV and movies. We never had cable when I was growing up. We had an
we didn't
antenna,
either.
and we got a satellite dish probably in the mid '80s.
For a long time, I didn't have cable, but then finally she got it. My mother got cable and shit, and then we had that big box thing with the different buttons. You only had so many buttons, and you could push 2 buttons and kind of hack a channel, the paid channels and shit. But
yeah, my when satellites first got big, now my uncle didn't do this with cable, but with satellite, he figured out how to descramble them. And I remember my dad, even as a kid, talking about the ecstasy channel.
Yeah.
They descrambled the ecstasy channel.
It was triple ecstasy.
Was it?
It had 3 X's in it.
Well, I just remember my dad talking about that.
it was me watching, Playboy all scrambled, just trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, like with us in the UK, I had satellite back in the early 90s. And what they would do, they would show like a 2-minute preview of porn. So you're there ready for it, like the 2-minute preview, because you're not going to pay the full price.
Yeah.
So, but that's all it takes sometimes. So,
But this movie, it goes on a trip. So it's like this dude's bored, but you can tell that he's used to like being on a routine. He's not used to being out late at night. And when he goes out of his apartment and goes out into the night, he goes into this weird damn world because each woman he meets is weirder and weirder as the film goes on. Like it's a very highly underrated Scorsese though, and I recommend it. And this son of a bitch looked great on 4K. It really did. But
I've still got to watch mine, Dirk, but
Yeah.
I'm eagerly awaiting, and I love Griffin Dunn.
yeah,
Griffin
yeah.
Dunn is great.
I mean, that.
It's even got the mom from Mr. Mom in there.
Yep, yeah,
And then it's got the mom from Home Alone.
yeah.
And they're all they're all like throwing their panties at him. I don't understand. What the hell? Like, what's up with this dude? Is he that damn hot? I don't know. But
I don't know. I think young Griffin Dunn was good looking.
This movie's kind of. I mean, I when I see, I don't even know if I've ever seen it. To be honest, I think I have, but I remember there was another movie called Into the Night with Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Mhm.
That seemed to be like kind of a similar theme where he's out. Well, of course, he's getting chased by a bunch of mobsters or something all over the course of a night. But
I need to see that one.
but anyway,
you got Cheech and Chong as burglars in this movie too.
Oh my gosh, I gotta get on watching that right away.
Yeah, it's a fun time, man. It's really good. But that's my 3 that I got.
all right. What about you, Darren?
Yeah, so obviously we do this thing every other Sunday on Gizmo's channel. It's like the Rotten Films. Like basically you pick so many films.
Yeah.
And it depends, like they're hit or miss. But the first one I watched was Coldplay 2, Resurrection from 2008. You've got the first character. She wakes up from the original film. She wakes up in hospital. All her friends are dead, and it kind of just follows on. I mean, you don't really have to watch the original to watch it. I really liked it a lot. It's kind of a slow build. Nothing, it's kind of character development up until like the halfway mark, and then it goes full on slasher. And what I did like that I usually don't actually is we get the backstory of the killer, but it's done in like a pretty decent way. It's like the hospital setting, obviously, reminds me of, everyone says, Halloween 2.
Well, the director, I think I saw something that this was kind of like an homage to Halloween 2.
Right, yeah. But it's still got like that snowy backdrop as well.
Oh, yeah.
Outside, which is great. And yeah, like I say, the practical effects are great. There's a little bit of CGI, which doesn't spoil it too much. But I mean, there's throat slashings, a nurse gets her head splattered, there's pickaxe murders all.
It's so funny when Darren describes this stuff. He's like, it's a great time. People are getting their heads.
Yeah. I know that's the fun stuff for me, and people look at me and they laugh and they think, you know. But yeah, there's good dream sequences as well. It's got everything you want. I think it's one of the best slashes of like the mid to late 2000s. So yeah, I give that a 7. Next one, I don't know if any of you guys have seen. I don't think Dirk has. It's Hellbent from 2004. It's a gay slasher. It's the best way I can describe it is Cruising meets like Hell Night or Hell. Sorry, Cruising meets Hellfest, but it's not as good as any of those films.
Yeah.
So you've got, and it starts off really well actually. You've got these two gay men in a lover's lane, and this killer obviously comes by with this massive scythe and he kills the two of them. And then we cut to like Halloween, like carnival festival. It's like a gay Mardi Gras, I think we call it. And then we get to see all these characters, all these guys going around in masks, and there's this gay band as well. And I won't repeat the lyrics. I did on the other stream. It's really bizarre. You've got to really watch this band, man, in the middle of the film for no reason as well. But yeah, again, there's decapitations. There's not really much variation in the kills, but it all gets a little bit predictable towards the end. I did like it. I wouldn't go out and buy this or anything. But yeah, I think you could do worse. I give it like a 5 out of 10. I'd say it's like an average slasher. And the last one was.
Is it better than They Them?
No.
Okay.
I actually like They Them
You like
a little
They
bit
Them
more.
better? Okay.
Yeah. But I like all sorts of shit anyway.
Yeah.
Coming on to the next one, actually. Shriek, if you know what I did last Friday the 13th from 2000. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. Like, stars Coolio, we've got Tom Arnold. The opening kill, we start off with like a Scream rip-off with the Drew Barrymore character. And I mean, I was laughing straight away. Yeah, and like Pandemonium, I watched a week or two before, and I didn't laugh one bit. There's nods to like Child's Play. Basically, you've got like the serial killer on the loose in this town. I think it's Bulimia Falls. You've got the Courtney Cox character. Tom Arnold plays the security guard. He's like Deputy Dewey character. And there's just about every post-Scream slasher you can think of that's ripped off in this film. A lot of the gags are like pretty hit or miss. I did like the I Know What You Did parody, because they do that a couple of times, and I thought that was really good. But it's not just horror. They do a Grease parody. They do Chariots of Fire. But yeah, I thought, Coolio is this character. It's supposed to be really funny. He plays Prince, formerly known as the Principal. The joke is terrible, I know. But yeah, not great by any means. But I'd say, it's not as good as Student Bodies, but it's better than a lot of them, like Pandemonium.
Is it better than Scary Movie?
Better than what? Sorry, Dirk?
Scary Movie.
No, it's not better than Scary Movie, I don't think. It's not as big a budget as that either. But I give it like a solid 5. But that's the 3 I see.
Okay. Dana Lynn.
Well, I'm not going to go into all my phone problems on here.
Well, because that's not something you've seen.
No, but I'm explaining why I haven't seen a lot of things
okay.
this week, because I've been dealing with phone issues. But, Steve, do you want me to talk about the one we watched yesterday?
You can.
Or do you want to talk
No,
about
you can go ahead.
Okay. So the only other one besides the one Steve and I watched yesterday was I went back and watched Trick or Treat with Mark Price, Skippy from Family Ties.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we're getting to that season where you can watch this one anytime, but it does take place during the fall and Halloween season. So I always like to start watching this one at that time. But I love this movie. I mean, anybody that is into horror or heavy metal or anything like that is going to love this film, I think.
Yeah.
Steve's making fun of me.
No.
What's actually happening with the 4K of that? Because I read that it's not coming out till next year now.
Yeah, I heard that too, and I was kind of disappointed because was
Because
hoping
Slibby
would
said
come
it was
out.
definitely coming out this year, didn't he? At one point, and then
I
and that
think
was
so,
recently
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I don't know if they're, maybe getting some more extras for it or something. Maybe somebody else came on board that they want to include or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Skippy finally agreed to an
No,
interview.
I think he already agreed. I
Uh,
think Mark Price already agreed to a commentary or something like that.
Oh, right,
Ozzy
yeah.
Osbourne.
I don't want to go off topic, but have anyone seen the new podcast Ozzy Osbourne on YouTube
Uh-uh.
and his family? It's only
No.
come out like 2 weeks. I think it's two. Oh man, it is so fucking funny. Like
Uh,
Damn,
it's
Ozzy, huh?
I saw Sharon and I was a little like, what the fuck happened to her?
oh
I ain't
man,
seen
yeah, her
Sharon in
face.
a long time.
The amount of stuff she's had done to her face. Ozzy is just like a fucking bystander in the actual podcast. He just comes out with stuff every now and again, but all the
That
shit
makes
he's gone through, I'm surprised he's not
Hey,
dead. You know.
no rest for the wicked, right?
Yeah.
So the other one was one that me and Steve had been like what for about a week
Well,
or something.
we couldn't find agree on a time to watch it.
Yeah, well, that was my fault. But we watched Talk to Me, and I'm sure
Oh.
Darren and Dirk have seen at least previews on.
I've seen previews. I've kind of passed it. Like I've thought about going to see it, but I don't know.
Well, one thing I don't know if I didn't know this. It's an Australian movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not know that at all. So I was like, okay, I know it's going to be better than if it was some low A24 film from here, from the U.S.
Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I won't give anything away because Dirk said right off he hasn't seen it yet. But I think this is probably one of the best scary movies to come out recently, or best horror movies, because it didn't have that like super obnoxious quality to it. Like the young people in it, yeah, they cussed a little bit and stuff like that. And it's pretty violent. I mean, not as violent as Terrifier 2, Dirk, but it's
Yeah.
it's pretty violent. And there were some scenes where me and Steve were just like, oh, we weren't like sick or anything, but it was just, it seemed to come out of nowhere.
Just some like cringe moments.
Yeah,
way.
wouldn't you say so, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, because there's, without giving anything away, it gets to you don't. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything like that, and I don't know.
But yeah, I would recommend it though if you haven't seen it. At least
Get the hand edition that costs a lot.
No,
Yeah, I've seen they're selling that big deluxe edition,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was telling somebody I could put that in my bathroom, and put toilet paper roll on there.
Yeah.
I don't.
Or you can scratch your ass with it.
Right.
I
mean,
Wipe my ass with it.
I don't usually get so freaked out by something in a movie that I wouldn't buy something that looked like it, because I've got Ouija boards and all kinds of things at the house, and Steve won't touch those damn things.
Yeah.
But this hand thing, I would be like, I don't want to get that. I don't even want to get anything that looks like that after seeing this movie.
Do they sign their name on it or something? Is that what they do?
I don't even know. I mean, there's
Yeah,
a lot
I was trying
of
to
stuff
figure out.
on the hand individually, but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, Talk to Me. I would definitely recommend for a watch.
Okay. So it's
I mean, I
better
don't
than
know.
Smile, you'd say, huh?
It had an ending. I'll say that. I didn't feel
I
like
thought Smile had an ending. I
No,
think
Smile
to
had
me
a
they're
non-ending.
about pretty close.
Okay.
It's hard. It might be that this movie is a little bit more tighter because it's only like just
Yeah, that's the good
about
thing,
90
too,
minutes. So I
is-
don't know about the other. Chris said he ordered the special edition from Umbrella, which
Yeah.
is
The wipe your
Oh.
ass edition.
yeah. or you can do the Stranger if you have never done that before.
Yeah.
You sit on your hand and jerk off.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Steve, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Or you get a mannequin hand. I don't know.
We used to sit on our hand, make it numb,
Yeah, absolutely.
Or use your other hand, your left hand or right hand.
Well, let me tell you guys and gals, since Steve brought up
Oh no,
like jerking off.
you gonna mashed? Oh,
No,
Oh, I did see a little bit of Dana's stream at the start. Yeah.
Holy
That's fine,
crap.
Dana.
I had a shock, and thank God this person was only backstage. Somebody was pleasuring themselves
Oh,
during my
shit.
stream.
it's a compliment, Dana.
No,
Damn
it's
it.
not. It was gross.
Yeah,
It's something
yeah.
I never want to see again.
I told you before, though, I would throw that link out there like that.
I'm not doing it anymore, Dark. I've learned my lesson. That's
What's
the
that?
last time.
Oh, chat roulette. Have you ever done that?
Oh,
And like
shit.
90%
Oh,
of that
God,
is
yeah.
guys jerking off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. I mean, I think it was either before me and Dana got together, or
Tell me all it was guys showing
Yeah.
their dick.
well, it is a lot of dick. And then I stumbled upon these two girls that were crying, and I guess somebody they know had died or something. But
you
what the
did
fuck
that.
are you doing on this weird thing, grieving? I don't understand. But
Oh,
anyway,
Oh, that chat roulette, and every man on there is probably in his 70s.
yeah.
And
Oh my
it's,
God.
it's
Well,
crazy.
you can't really tell because he just got a gut and his big dick in his
Oh,
hand.
please.
Sometimes they show their face as well, but I mean,
Oh.
it's all old men, wrinkly old. Oh man, It's
I've
not
not
good.
been that bored in a
Yeah.
few years to do
That's the
that.
first I've heard of that.
Oh yeah, it's a weird. If you're bored, I mean, you could give
I
it a
wouldn't
shot.
go there
But
if I was bored, Steve. Come
I
on.
mean, back in the day, that was entertainment because me and
Yeah.
my friends used to get drunk, and then we used to go on there and just
Well, Steve
yeah,
would get drunk and go on it. I
Holy
think.
shit.
maybe.
yeah, crazy man.
All right. So you
Yeah,
good?
that's it.
All right. So I'll talk about. I got this the Blood and Black Lace set.
Oh yeah, got
Yeah,
Molly
I just-
come in.
I just popped it in. It looks really good so far. I haven't
Okay.
watched it. I'll watch it soon. And I bought this a little while ago. $15 4K from Vinegar
Looks
Syndrome.
amazing, by the way.
The Incredible Melting Man from the 70s.
Oh okay, yeah.
And yeah, the transfer is incredible. I was shocked. I mean, it is. You would not believe how good this looks. And it's a really like 80 some minutes, 86 minutes. Guy goes up into space, and when he comes back, he's the only one survives, and he starts melting and killing people. And that's basically the story. He kills like this this old man and woman at one point, and it looks like he's eating them, but I don't know why they didn't really say anything about that. But yeah, the special effects are done by Rick Baker.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I liked it. It's very breezy, like I say. So it's a little. So it gets slow for a little bit, but not very much. If you haven't seen the Mystery Science Theater 3000 did an episode of this, and watching that and this is like a different movie because of how cleaned up it looks.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. I need to check it out. I've heard a
Yeah.
lot about it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, for $15, I said I grabbed this in Penitentiary 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Have you ever seen Crack House
no, I don't think
with
so.
Jim Brown?
No.
It's kind of in that same vein, you know.
Oh.
Jim Brown's a big old pimp crack dealer. Got a crack house.
So I'm gonna have visual aids for my next thing. I found this. There used to be something. I've been watching YouTube videos, and there's something that came up about creating your own analog TV channel, and then you could
shit.
broadcast it and all that. I didn't want to do that. I just want. Back in the day, back 5-6 years ago, there used to for Cody, they had this app called Pseudo TV. And what it did was go through and scan your net library and then make TV channels. And it was really
shit.
cool.
Oh man, that sounds good. Yeah.
Now there's something else available from that, maybe the same people or inspired by them, and I can't really pronounce it, but it's called like Disket TV or Disc TV. Let me put this up here, and I'll have to bring it up on the screen.
Oh,
So-
Plex.
Yeah, it works off Plex.
Okay.
So, and then I found all these icons, and of course I modified the last one for Eurocult, but you basically set it up, and you can pick the movies you want to show or the TV shows you want to show, and then you have to add it into Plex. Now, the thing about the Plex adding it into there is you have to have the DVR functionality, and that costs like $5 a month. Which, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or not, because it was just, I'm not going to let this run because it's reading your hard drives. So I don't want to keep doing that. But anyway, it's pretty neat.
Oh yeah.
Let me bring up. Plex, and then you go to live TV, and then you go to my computer. Well, shoot. Let me see here. I have to refresh it. So you have to go in here, and you can refresh, and God damn it.
Steve, it's messed up.
Well, either way, here it is. We can play. Let me see if I can play it.
Don't get kicked off here.
One, I'm not playing anything. Let's see. I could never get it to play.
That's a cool idea, man. Like, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, I have so much. If you look at some of this shit could play straight for a month or so because I've added so many stuff to it. Let me bring. And
obviously, you've got to be on the web. Could anyone see your content?
That's a good question. I'll have to test it out. But
you told me they could.
well, other people can share.
Yeah.
So there's Violent City, and I got my little icon down here.
Okay.
It's pretty neat, but I mean,
yeah.
again, I'm not going to let it keep playing because of how resource heavy it is. And you have to run this little app here that does it. So.
Oh hell yeah!
But just something I like it. I might put some stuff on it for Halloween, like a bunch of horror hosts, and then I can put it on. But anyway, that was my contribution there. So we'll let Dana take it away with William Friedkin's The Exorcist.
That doesn't go along with The Exorcist, but whatever.
It kind of does.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, I guess, yeah. I'll give you that. But first, before I get started, I want to ask Dirk, is that the 4K, Dirk, of The Exorcist?
Yeah.
See, I know I ordered it from Target, and I haven't got mine yet. I'm going to have to check on it. I don't know if something got messed up or what. Steve might be taking me over to Target to see if they've got one.
This is from Best Buy, though. This one.
Oh.
But I thought Target was having them out about the same time, and I'm just confused why I haven't got mine in the mail yet.
Is the Target one different? It's got a different cover, steelbook or something?
I don't know. I thought it was at least similar, but I'd have to go back and look at it again.
I was kind of, I got to be honest, it kind of disappointed me a little bit. I mean, the transfer is amazing. You get, and it's 2 discs, both discs are 4K. But you know what they did? And I hope they don't start doing this with most studio releases. They're putting all the special features on the digital code.
That's crazy.
Kidding me. Yeah, I don't like that.
The only thing that's on these 2 discs is the commentaries. That's it.
That's shitty, man.
Oh, I bet you I know why they're doing that, because I've been known to do this too. I hope this don't get anybody kicked off. Is I'll give somebody else my digital code.
Yeah.
And I'll keep the movie. I bet they're trying to nix that by putting the special features on that.
Yeah,
digital code.
That's the only reason I reckon.
Probably
that's
so. So don't get rid of your Blu-rays. Is all I gotta say. If you, because I don't want to do all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I buy some stuff just for the extras sometimes because I've got the film multiple times.
Right.
So if they start doing that, that's gonna suck, man.
Yeah, I got this one too. The Blu-ray. I don't know if y'all got that one.
No, I don't have that one.
That's a UK
Okay.
one.
I got the UK one there.
Okay, that's a different UK one, I guess.
I got the Incredible Melting Man.
Yeah.
Steve, we know you don't like.
And
I
then
don't
the
even know
Bare
if you
Bones
have a
edition.
copy of The Exorcist.
Which Dana's got the badass edition. That son of a bitch goes for big money. Last time I checked.
Oh God, don't tell him that, Dirk. He'll want me to sell it.
I would keep it for sure.
Okay.
So, Dirk, did you watch the William Peter Blatty commentary?
Yeah. I listened.
Was it the one with like sound effects?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was because I think
it only lasts
was
about
an
an
hour.
hour.
Yeah,
It lasts about an hour, and then you get all these weird sound effects with Mercedes and Linda Blair.
That's right. Yeah,
And,
yeah. That's what I was
then-
going to say
And
to
then
you
it cuts
last night.
off, and then you watch the rest of the movie. And I was like,
That's
"What
right.
the
Yeah,
hell?"
crazy.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I don't think I need to like. Everybody's seen The Exorcist, right?
I don't think everybody's seen it.
Well, almost everybody's.
99% of people have seen
I
Well,
would hope
yeah.
everybody that's tuned into us has.
Yeah, I know that Steve, that's distracting me because I can't see Dirk and Darren when you got another screen up. But anyway, I guess I'll go on. But
Please go on.
I like to see the people that I'm talking with, and Steve's got it on other
I'm helping you out.
thingamabobs. But anyway, I know there are people that possession films freak them out. Big time freak them out. Because I used to work with a guy, and yes, it was a guy that was freaked out by it. He would not watch any possession films, especially The Exorcist. The Exorcist freaked him out more than anything else. My dad, the same way. My dad will not watch possession films anymore. And he went to the drive-in, him and my mom. Let's see, The Exorcist probably come out a year before they were married. And they were dating at the time. So they went to the drive-in with another couple. And saw this, and the other couple, the guy was covering his face through half of the movie. And I said, but Dad, that is so cool that y'all went to the drive-in and saw this movie. I would love to be able to see it at a drive-in. How amazing would that be? But, you know, we have Linda Blair. She's all of what would you guys say, 12 or so?
I think she's 12,
supposed to be.
13 maybe.
Yeah. And she seems to be a pretty normal, well-adjusted girl. I'm guessing her parents, I don't know if they come right out and say that the parents are divorced or they're separated or what's going on, because...
Well, it shows it, like, I mean, you kind of get a hint of that, but you definitely see it on when, and it's very subtle the way it's done. Like, it shows Reagan asleep, and Chris comes into the room, and you see a magazine, and it's got her and her mother on the cover, and it's talking about their breakup on the...
I guess I never really paid that close attention to it. I'm going to have to go back and take a look at that.
I've just overanalyzed this damn movie.
That's
my
okay,
problem.
Dirk. That's okay. So the parents are estranged, I guess would be the best way to say it. And there's even a conversation that Reagan has with her mother. See, that's really distracting. Reagan has with her mother where she says, you know, she tells her mom that she can bring Burt Dennings, who is the director of this film her mother's working on. You could bring Mr. Dennings if you want, and just the sweetest voice to her birthday celebration. And she said, why on earth would I want to bring Burke on your birthday? And she says, you like him, don't you? And she said, yeah, I like him. You're going to marry him, aren't you? And she says, oh, Reagan, like that's the silliest thing she's ever heard. And she says, but you do like him. She said, yeah, I like pizzas too, but I'm not going to marry one.
Ooh.
Right.
And she said, so you don't love him like Daddy? And her mother says, Reagan, I'll always love your daddy. And I don't know if she says that more to reassure Reagan, probably so, than to really say, I'll always love your daddy. Or maybe it's a case where they just can't get along being married, but she still cares for the guy. But then you got the other scene where it is Reagan's birthday and her mother is irate. Her mother is on the phone trying to reach Reagan's father, and she's talking to her assistant, played by Kitty Wynn, and Sharon is saying, well,
Sharon!
maybe the circuits are busy, and she says, circuits, my ass, he just doesn't give a shit. And she's really, really mad, and she's like, can you believe it? He doesn't even call his own daughter on her birthday.
He's busy making money.
We don't know what he's doing. I think he's in some foreign country
He's
in a
got
hotel.
He's already got a second family.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, the thing is with that,
Not possessed.
with that plot point, the thing is, I spoke to Dirk about this, is you notice the film is like about absent fathers. I mean, you've got Father Merrin at the start, who's not there. He's in Iraq, or you know, you've got Jason Miller, who hasn't got a father figure. Obviously Reagan, you know, and if you think about it, right up until the whole film, like it is a film about absent fathers. You know, it might not be the whole part of it, but it's definitely in there for a reason.
And it certainly affects every character in the film in some way. The part about the absent fathers, and I'm glad Darren brought that up because I hadn't really focused on that, but he's right. What?
No. You always focus. I don't know why you wouldn't focus.
And see, that's also like the part, because she overhears the conversation on the phone, and you see Reagan get super depressed. Like you see this depression just kicking in. So it's a chance for the damn demon to slip in, I guess.
And also, they make a big point of showing the Ouija board. So Reagan and her mother haven't lived in this house. Her mother's making the movie. I guess they're renting this house for a short time. And so Reagan, I guess, is being your typical kid. She's going around exploring things, and she finds a Ouija board.
Right.
And starts using it by herself, which we all know is never a good thing, because when you use the Ouija board by yourself, guess what? You open yourself up even more so to all kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe she never heard that Twisted Sister song.
Yeah.
No.
So she tries to get her mother to use the Ouija board with her. And there's this very odd, kind of creepy scene where she's showing the Ouija board to her mother, and she says, I've been talking to somebody that calls themselves Captain Howdy. And we find out later, Captain Howdy is the damn demon that ends up, you know, taking Reagan over, essentially. Right. And so she says, yeah, Captain Howdy, and she said, you know, I make the questions and he gives the answers. And her mother's like, oh, yeah, Captain Howdy, I get it. And she said, do you know how to play it? And the mother reaches for the planchette to put her hands on it, and it just slides across the board. That simple scene, to me, is really setting up what's going to happen as we go further into the film. And it's so creepy, but yet it's so simple.
Right.
And some people might not even say, oh, damn, that's creepy. But the more I watch The Exorcist, the creepier that scene seems to be early on.
What about I got a question for y'all, though. Like, it's still, you know, and it's just so weird. And because the reaction from Chris when she goes into the attic and she's got the candle, and if you turn your volume up, you can hear something being said in the attic. But she's got a candle, and she's looking like for rats or whatever, and then it just flames up real big, and it's like it's no big deal. I never have understood why that wasn't a big deal. Like, why did that shit flame up crazy like that? And she just is normal as hell about it. It might be.
I think for me, like every time I see that scene, I know what's coming, but it always makes me jump. It's like a jump scare. I think that's the only reason it was in the film for. But it's not one of these throwaway.
One thing
it's
that's
not like
always been odd to me.
It's definitely it's odd, but it's not like one of these throwaway jump scenes you see in the shitty film today. It's there for a reason, and it's there to get you on edge. I think
But, I mean, I definitely know that. I guess Pazuzu's in the attic. I guess at that moment, what I get from it.
Yeah.
So a lot of these really subtle things
Yeah.
are actually, in hindsight, are scarier than when the special effects start kicking in. The vomiting up the pea soup, the bed shaking, the crucifixion masturbation, all of that stuff. Those are shock things, and they usually happen bam, 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 one right after the other. But the stuff leading up to the actual possession is a lot. I mean, as I get older, that's a lot more effective than the special effects. The special effects are great.
Yeah.
And Dick Smith did an amazing job with those.
Hell yeah.
K&B, yeah.
But K&B, no, Dick Smith.
Dick.
There's two scenes, right? Like Dana was saying, not all the special effects on it, but there's two scenes that I find scary more than anything in the film. And the one I can't put my finger on why. It's when she's walking down the street and it's Halloween and the music kicks in.
Yeah.
That freaks me out. I don't know why. Yeah, Tubular Bells. And the other one, obviously, is the procedure Linda Blair goes through in that hospital. And knowing the whole backstory with that gay, killer that they went on to make Cruising about, that kind of freaked me out as well.
Well, I think that medical procedure, does anybody know if that's a real medical procedure, and what is that?
It's a CT scan.
I know that they show it.
It's a CAT scan. I had CAT scans, Steve, and it was never like that.
Well,
maybe it was back in the 70s.
I mean, I don't know, but that's
they didn't have to insert anything in my neck.
I don't know, but that's what I always assumed. They're doing a scan of her brain to see what's up.
Right.
I mean, I guess back in the 70s, maybe that was how they had to do it. But
maybe technology moved on by the time Dana had hers.
Why did you have a CAT scan?
Were you
possessed?
No, I was having headaches, really severe headaches, and the eye doctor told me that I should go have a CAT scan just in case. So
they found cats?
Steve, that's not. But anyway, it's been said that procedure was what made a lot of people sick. That's what made a lot of people run from the theater and become violently ill. It wasn't anything to do with her head twisting around, the crucifixion masturbation scene, the throwing up the pea soup, all of that stuff. That wasn't what affected people. It was that medical procedure. And they do it more than once, although they aren't as specific the second time. They just show her sweating and crying and screaming out, and all of that. But those things are unnerving. And the Tubular Bells, I cannot hear Tubular Bells now without an association with The Exorcist.
Right.
And I don't think there's anybody that has both heard Tubular Bells and seen The Exorcist that doesn't make that connection automatically when they start hearing that music. And I don't even think is it Mike Oldfield that did that? Is he the one who did Tubular Bells? I don't think that guy had any idea that song or that music would become so famous for a horror movie. I have Yeah, I just don't think he thought it was going to be in something like The Exorcist when he.
Didn't Freaking actually find that by accident? I think they didn't know how to
He
score
may
the film.
have, yeah.
And I think someone mentioned Tubular Bells to him, and then when he listened to it, he was like, "Yeah, that's the one," you know.
Because that is such a haunting melody that it just works. It works.
Oh
for
God,
the film.
absolutely! It's right up there with Suspiria and Goblin scores for me. It's
What about the
superb.
second one? The music in that one is crazy.
Yeah, that's
Gosh,
amazing.
let's not even talk about
Yeah, I
the
love the
second
second one.
God.
Drop a couple hits of acid and go to town.
Yeah.
And then Linda Blair's legal now, I think, and she's
Yeah.
rocking.
Pazuzu's right.
I know, that's the best
I
Reagan.
know.
I mean, I can get a kick out the second one. I just
Yeah.
watch it and laugh. When you got the fucking flying grasshoppers and it's
the
just
locusts
crazy.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna bring up there's something that probably a lot of people haven't noticed, but it bothers me now when I watch it. So there's a scene where Kinderman comes in, and Chris has just got the crucifix from under Reagan's pillow, and she's bitching everybody out, like, who put this here? Why would you do this? And nobody knows how it got there. And you see her put the crucifix on a like an end table.
Yeah.
When Kinderman comes in, and you see the crucifix there, she goes in there and talks with Kinderman, which is probably one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Is the whole Kinderman's like, he's being real friendly, but he's doing it in a deceptive kind of way. He's trying to find shit out,
Right.
about Burt Dennings. But when you see Kinderman leave, if you ever go back and watch it, check it out. He's putting his jacket on. You don't see the crucifix there on the table anymore. So that means that when she's in there with Burt Dennings talking and they're having a conversation, Reagan came down the stairs and got that, or Pazuzu got the crucifix, went back upstairs. And then that scene happens right as soon as he leaves.
Oh, that's
Super
very
creepy
good
to me.
call, Dirk.
Yeah. That shit creeps me out, like that she snuck down there while they're in the other room sitting there talking, like, I don't know, it's something creepy. You never see it, but it's in the mind. It's more effective, I feel like,
Right, exactly.
What's all of your thoughts on the Burt Dennings character and the way he gets killed? Because I know Dirk, I've spoken to Dirk about it. Do you think there's a sexual abuse angle because he's found up in the room?
It is weird. Like, why was his ass
There's
up
no
there?
reason for him to be there, is there, really?
I always thought the Burt Dennings character was creepy and sleazy anyway. There was something just not right about that guy.
Yeah, and he talks about hookers and shit, at one part of in one of the...
oh, God, that part is so funny when he's talking about the German guy, Nazis
he's giving
and
him
all that.
shit, he's just an obnoxious asshole, but he's also super pervy,
Yeah,
exactly.
Chris,
And that, and there's the scene where her head turns around and she's talking in Burt Dennings' voice, and I think since Dirk brought that up about and Darren brought that up about the sexual possible sexual abuse angle in this.
Yeah.
When the head twists around and he says, "Do you know what she did, your cunting daughter?" They could have two. That I'm sorry, but that's exactly what it said.
It's a Sunday thing.
Steve,
sorry, CK.
You know what she did?
Yeah, and so that could have two meanings. That could mean, yeah, she killed my ass. She threw me, out a window and down the stairs, and this is how my head got this way. Or I fucked her. Essentially,
right.
it could have two different meanings there.
And while you're bringing that up, when Burt Dennings leaves the party, so Reagan comes down there and she's talking to the astronaut, and she says, "You're going to die up there."
Yeah,
but it's right as soon as Burt Dennings leaves. So she could have been.
So that could have been when
Yeah.
you're upstairs with me, you're dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot
I'm,
of-
I'm seeing all kinds of double meanings in here now. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, man. The Exorcist is super layered.
Oh.
It really is.
This is why I like to talk about it with other people, because it's just it's amazing the different things that come out, and it's like an onion. You're peeling back
And you
all
cry.
these layers. No, you're peeling back
Oh.
layers.
Right.
And didn't they get was Jason Miller an actual actor, or didn't they get him by chance as well? Because he saw,
These were
I think
all-
he saw.
They were all unknown actors. They wanted to
Yeah.
get Shirley MacLaine to play.
That's right, yeah, yeah. I
they
think
did.
William Peter Blatty even knocked the door, didn't he, and asked her to do it. But for some reason, she just wouldn't commit to doing it. I think Jason Miller is probably one of apart from Linda Blair, is just an amazing character. I think he portrays, that priest and losing his faith and all that. And I think at the time, he's being so unknown. To me, I think it's a phenomenal performance, as is all of them, I suppose. But he carries that film for me.
And Jason Miller, I don't think Jason Miller cared for Friedkin and Friedkin's directing style, because there is one scene in that documentary where he specifically said that Friedkin would get out a gun and fire it close to people to get a reaction. Did we lose Dirk? I think we
Yeah,
lost
his
Dirk.
internet might have gone out for a bit.
So he talked about that Friedkin tried that kind of crap on him, firing a gun to get a reaction. And he basically told Friedkin off. He said, I don't need that kind of crap. I'm an actor. I don't need that outside stimulus. So I don't think he was fond of how Friedkin chose to direct this movie in particular.
But I tell you what, the actual scene does work, because you can see he's actually startled,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was freaking for you. He just did things like that all the time. Apparently, he smacks the shit out of that priest at the end as well.
And that guy is not an actor. I think that guy was a real priest, and he could not get the reaction at the end, near the end of the film, from him that his friend is essentially dying here on the street. He just wasn't giving him enough emotion, and he basically said, do you trust me? Yeah, bam, right across the face, and then action, go into the scene. And his hand is shaking in that scene as he's doing the last rites, and it's because of that. Because of freaking slapping him across the face like that.
Yeah, I think this film is where you got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I think was complete lightning in a bottle. I don't think, it just happened to come out amazing. I think this was possibly the best film to ever, because he knew what he wanted from the start, because of the book and all that. And I just think this film, every sort of frame of this film is just amazing. I think one of the best films ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down, I don't think anyone could argue that either,
Steve, you're not talking too much about it.
Well,
I want to know your thoughts.
I haven't
on it.
rewatched it recently. I mean, if Dana's getting a 4K of it, I'm not going to watch it till I get to see the 4K. So I don't like watching certain things like.
I wanted to ask Dirk how the sound was on it, because I thought it was supposed to have Dolby Atmos or Dolby Atmos, however you pronounce it.
But I mean, I like it to watch every once in a while. It's not something I would want to watch every year, I don't think.
Oh, I definitely watch it
But
multiple times in a year.
There he is.
Dirk's back.
Yeah, it's the perfect Halloween film, I think.
Mm-hmm. Or at least a
Yeah,
horror
the
type.
lightning struck and
Oh
damn
shit!
power went out.
Oh, crap.
It's raining its ass off here.
I wish the hell it would rain here.
Steve, goodness.
Damn. Yeah.
You're gonna get some rain. It'll probably
He's
rain
back.
now.
Ask him your question, Damon.
What was I gonna ask?
Ask him about the sound on the 4K.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I get easily distracted. Dirk, doesn't it have Dolby Atmos
Yeah.
sound on it? How's that? Is it good?
Oh yeah. It's
All right. I'm
it's
looking
great.
forward to
It's
that.
awesome. And I do have a a Dolby Atmos setup and everything. So it sounds really good. The transfer is amazing. I mean, the Blu-ray was already good, but it's a big jump in the 4K.
There you go. You heard it from Dirk. These people that say, "Oh, I got the Blu-ray. I don't need
Well,
4K."
I was watching a video from a guy. I forgot, films at home or something on YouTube,
Mm.
and just to kill time, and he was basically 35 millimeter prints have they're really like 8K or more films because they're blown up to that degree. So there's so much more data in them versus a shot on HD film. So like with Exorcist, they were saying like 8 million pixels or something crazy they can pull from that film when they convert it to digital. So all these 35 millimeter prints, I mean, if they're decent, which obviously this one has been taken well taken care of, it's going to look amazing. Now, you would hope.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I think sometimes, and I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but I think sometimes people say that.
I disavow whatever you're
See,
saying.
I think sometimes people say that because they're not willing at that point in time to invest the money in it, so they come up with excuses, albeit they sound like valid excuses for not getting something on 4K that they already have.
Well,
on
it's also, I
Blu-ray.
mean, to be honest, I mean, like they say, the bigger the screen, the 4K is going to look better.
Right.
If you have a 42-inch television, I don't really know
understand
if that's
that.
going to transfer over the
But
detail.
that's not what I'm hearing.
Okay.
I'm hearing my Blu-ray's good enough. And they
Well,
don't
there's
even
some.
give us
I
a
mean,
chance.
I've said it. I mean, there's
I
certain
know
films
you have.
that I'm not
talking
going
about
to.
you too.
Oh well, the hell with you, Dana. I'm not going to buy certain movies again because the Blu-ray's just good enough for me. Like not Devil's Rejects, but House of a Thousand Corpses. When I got that DVD, it looked amazing, and then later on when I got the Blu-ray, it looked amazing. So I don't foresee them ever doing a 4K of that, but they might.
But Steve, that's the thing. Those are newer.
Yeah, but that means
movies.
that I don't even know if they was. I mean, I assume since that was done in like 2003 or 2002 or whatever. I don't. I assume that was on video or on film, but the
But
blue.
with The Exorcist, we're talking about a movie from 1973.
Okay, well, we're talking about. I mean, some movies I'm just not concerned about getting a 4K of, a comedy. I don't see why I need to see like Caddyshack in 4K.
Yeah,
or something.
I agree totally.
I mean, yeah, Meatballs, any comedy. I mean, I think Adam Beck said it one time because he wasn't going to upgrade his DVDs to Blu-rays, but I'm
But I
at
bet
least
you
I'm
eventually
I'm
did.
saying that I Blu-ray in most cases it's got enough. If it's a good transfer, it's going to be good enough for
But
me.
I'm not meaning to quibble with you.
Yeah,
or
you are.
Darren
We're
or
going to take this
anybody, but
offline.
no, and I have no ill will towards Adam Beck, but
Well, that's
Adam
years ago,
Beck
too.
is not the be all end all.
No,
of
I'm just
talking
saying
about
that
movies.
it made sense to me. That's the only reason I said that. But obviously, that's many years ago, and I'm not. I accidentally bought. I got my Kino. I ordered some Kino movies, and I accidentally ordered a damn DVD, and I'm kind of upset about it. But I'm gonna, and I'm gonna live with it. But anyway.
But
I
can
think some
understand-
films, I think it's our preference though. Like,
Yeah,
some films,
I think so too.
but The Exorcist is
Yeah.
just, it's one of
There's
those that you got to get the best that you're going to get. But
There's certain movies that are just, there's nothing artistically there about them that would be improved by better visuals and audio.
right.
Something like Suspiria, The Exorcist, all these other kind of films who have this artisticness to them with the lighting and everything. that obviously is going to make a big difference moving up to 4K. But something like Tropical Thunder, I don't know if that's really going to improve
I wouldn't get
with
that
Blu-ray
on
or 4K.
But
I did, but it was cheap enough. I got it.
Yeah,
for
I mean, yeah, obviously
$14.99. I mean, I couldn't pass it up. Like, so.
Yeah, Mayor, just be very careful if you order that you click the right one. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I saved $1, but I'd rather have the $1 extra Blu-ray.
I did that shit too. I bought Wild at Heart from Kino on DVD, but it looked good. But
yeah,
I should have just got the damn Blu-ray that somebody else released.
And I do agree that it's a matter of preference, and I totally respect Steve and Darren or whoever doesn't want to get comedies on 4K, but I have got.
Well, if it's one of my favorite films, like we got Animal House. I got that on 4K. Now, I mean, it was $10. I'm not. That's ridiculous. If you have a choice, I would go ahead and get the 4K for $10.
Right.
But you know, that's just.
But you're not going to go spend $40.
I'm not going to spend $30 on a upgrade to Animal House when I have the Blu-ray. But for $10, I'm going to upgrade it to get it.
Well, I got Ferris Bueller's Day Off on 4K. There've been.
I'm not saying don't get your favorite films on, but I'm just saying a movie that you watched and you think, well, I'll watch it again. No, at some point, I don't see the need to do that.
Or damn, shot on video. Or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shot on video on Blu-ray is so stupid. I mean, but it's just for that.
You, Steve. I just got because day like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've gotten a few.
I'm just.
No, it's okay.
LA AIDS Jabber. I got it on Blu-ray, and it looks just as good as the rip I downloaded offline.
You got more than one of those. You got
bloody muscle builder from hell.
And
I think video violence films as well come out on 4K. There's just no point to me. I'm really picky about what I upgrade to 4K because I don't think the jump. Obviously DVD, the Blu-ray was massive. VHS, the DVD was massive, but I don't think it's that big. But I will, like you say, the Exorcist and stuff like that. Suspiria,
exactly.
All the Argento and 70s, Giallo.
Yeah.
But
the newer stuff, there's no real need to, I don't think. Because they look good anyway.
Darren's not being obnoxious about it. Some people are obnoxious about it when they say, you don't need to do that. Why are you wasting your money?
I'm crazy. I mean, on Blu-ray.com, sometimes I'll go in the forums because they, the posts and stuff. And I'll see over to the left and they'll have their collection. Like I have part of my collection catalog on there. And this dude's got like 1,000 4Ks. I didn't know there's 1,000 4Ks released, period.
Wow.
But, so you're talking about between $20,000 to $30,000 or so he spent on those, unless you got them. Even $10,000, that's a lot.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But I have people.
But I've probably done that.
Say who? But I have.
I will tell me.
No, I have people messaging.
I mean, we got people that buy farts in a jar these days. So.
or streamer's bathwater.
Yeah.
Man.
There's a place that you can buy animal poop and have it delivered to somebody.
Can I get that?
Huh?
I know somebody in Prestonsburg I want to send some animal poop to.
Well, there's a place that you can do that because I used to work with a guy that he pissed this woman off who wanted to have a relationship with him, and he didn't want anything to do with her. And she found out he was avoiding her calls. And she sent him some animal poop in a container.
Unknown animal poop.
And
there you go, Dick. That could be your new job. But CK would have loved that. But if he could have sent it to Scream Factory in that big box.
Put it in a box.
Yeah, but then he'll ask for free shit from him, and then he'll get it. But he's still shitting on him.
Oh. I do have people that will message me, and I consider them friends and stuff. I'm not mad at them. It's like, why are you taking time out of your day to message me and tell me that I shouldn't buy something? Because I'm going to buy it no matter what anybody says. I don't listen to Steve. I buy what I want.
She does.
So don't waste your time messaging me privately.
All right.
Yeah, stay out of my damn wallet. You know.
So
It's like the pointless thing for me is when you've got the Scream Factory 4Ks where they just release them with slightly better picture, no extras.
That does irritate me.
Yeah, you sport over. Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't. I'm not paying 30, 40 pounds.
Arrow's doing it too,
do
though,
that.
kind of in a way, aren't they?
I don't know. They always try to
Re-releasing
put
shit?
something. Yeah, they are like the Blood and Black Lace. I think there's new stuff on there.
There's new shit on there, though. Okay.
Yeah, so or certainly new stuff for UK viewers, I would imagine. Probably for US as well. But when they do that shit, then there's no way I'm gonna upgrade all my Blu-rays. There's just no way. Like I'm not a millionaire, you know.
So
Nah.
did y'all finish all the points on The Exorcist?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Anybody want to
by the sound and the
closing comments on The Exorcist?
Well, I love this film. I can watch this any time of the year. If you've never seen The Exorcist, and
Wait for the new one coming out.
and no,
Oh, shit.
God no, and
I'm a believer.
and
Yeah, I lost my faith in that.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
But if possession films don't like give you nightmares where you can't sleep for about a month, you got to see The Exorcist if you haven't seen it before.
Or you can see The Antichrist, which is the better version.
Oh shit!
It's not. It's a fun movie, but that is not the better.
Or
version.
Satan, which is the
that's
Turkish Exorcist.
Hey,
Which,
you know, The Antichrist is my first review that I did on my channel.
Wow.
Not the Lars von Trier one, but
Right. Yeah. Have y'all seen that Satan, the Turkish? It's the Turkish Exorcist.
I've got an HD version. I'm gonna probably stream on Twitch or something
Holy
in the near
cow.
future.
I've seen parts of it.
I haven't watched it all myself, but this one looks pristine. It's like somebody took it and cleaned it up or had a great print, and it's like straight up HD looking. It's really good looking.
I wanted to ask y'all though, who do you think at the end of The Exorcist, who do you think wins?
I think I guess I'm like freaking. I think that good won out in the end. I always Blatty. I think always felt like because they didn't have certain scenes in the final cut.
Right. That's why the director's cut I feel is like a must. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
The thrust is the must.
Yeah, but I do think that good won out. Even though Jason Miller's character of Father Karras had to sacrifice himself, basically, he redeemed himself too.
Yeah, he got his faith back there at the end.
He got his faith back, exactly. Yeah. At the ending scene, you totally know he got his faith back.
Because a lot of people
exactly
think
where he's going.
that evil won, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to think that too, but I don't think so. Like, he had because he knew that the demon was going to take over again, but he had enough willpower to shake back and jump out the damn window, you know.
Yeah, and I think that showed just how much his faith really hadn't wavered this entire film. He thought he lost his faith.
Right.
But he really didn't, or he wouldn't have been able to fight the demon.
Fight the demon.
I think Freakin' is right when he says you take from The Exorcist what you bring to The Exorcist.
Yeah,
right.
And I mean, if you've got spiritual beliefs, then you're gonna believe that good has won.
And
But
that's
if
why
you think another way, then you're gonna think evil as well. You know.
That's why it worked so good too, because Freakin' was an agnostic, and and Blatty's like a big believer. You know, he was. But there's just one more thing, one more scene I wanted to mention. I'm sorry,
No, that's fine.
the scene where the hypnosis scene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when she's got her hand like this, she's like posed like the Pazuzu statue.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. There's just subtle things. It makes this film highly rewatchable. You know.
Dirk's wanting to make me go back and just go back and just watch it again right now because I got to go back and see all this stuff.
Right now.
But like when I first saw this, I don't know if the same was for you guys, but everyone in school, you'd be talking about this film, and they all hated the Iraq scene at the start. But now I actually think it's one of the best scenes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that stuff is like chilling as well. You've got like the stagecoach goes past with the woman with the one eye, and the guy with one eye.
That woman was 109 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
In that stagecoach.
Yeah.
And
Is she still alive?
Probably not.
I don't think
Well,
so.
she might be. I think she's, she said.
160 now.
But the actual sound design, like when they are actually in Iraq, and you've got the sound design, and you like even like something silly like the dog fight, it fucking puts you on edge, man. When you straight from the start.
Definitely like the Dogs of War.
Right.
Yeah,
And when Father Marin is talking to that other guy, and he's saying that he has to leave Iraq, and the other guy's like, "I wish you didn't have to leave." And if you notice, the clock stops.
Yeah.
During that scene, which is just, again, it's subtle, but it's so creepy.
Is it subtle but effective?
I'm not saying that anymore
Because Marin knows he's got to battle once again.
Yeah, and the demon has it in for Marin from day one, basically. The whole thing is to get Marin.
Yeah, because if you listen back when Karras is listening to the tape, and before his phone rings, and he's listening back to the tape, you can hear the demons screaming Marin's name.
Marin, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I only noticed that for the first time last night when I was watching.
Shit! Okay.
Yeah.
There's so
I
many
had it on
things
headphones.
to pick up on.
And also when the famous shot of Father Marin standing out under the street light.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that
when
is
he
so iconic.
arrives at the house.
Yeah.
You hear Reagan with the demon inside her go, Marin.
Yeah. As soon as he comes in the door, right?
Baron.
And when he's like up against Pazuzu as well in Iraq, and you've got the image of him and both looking at each other. That's scary. Yeah, that is really creepy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've said everything.
Well, I haven't heard really what you.
Like I said before, it's a good movie. I'll watch it when you get the 4K again, but I'm interested in the new release. But obviously, it's probably I don't have high expectations after his last two movies. They fucked up Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That new trailer is awful.
Are you talking about the DDG?
Yeah.
Shit.
So,
You got Danny McBride with him. I don't know.
The real reason I think that Halloween from 2018 people liked it so much is because all we had before that was the Rob Zombie stuff, and this one was a little bit better.
Yeah.
But realistically, I don't even think that was that good anymore. But
because they made Laurie Strode a vigilante.
They just made it into a nonsensical character. And then the third one, Laurie Strode, is more like the person I would think she should have been in the 2018 one.
Yeah,
like her fucking daughter got sliced to death. Now she's going to be Miss Happy Face.
Happy homemaker.
I guess you didn't like your daughter that much, and she's gone.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But anyway, the 4K's out.
Hell yeah.
And I will probably have to take Dana to fucking Target today to go get it.
Well, I don't know what happened.
She's going to look into it. But as far as for next time, my choice, I think we'll do something a little different. Instead of talking about one movie, since it's going to be, in October, we can talk about our favorite kind of European horror movies or something, and just talk about that kind of stuff.
Oh, right, yeah, like do a list of films or something.
Oh, yeah, no, whatever. And I think I will be streaming, doing my little show Friday night.
Okay.
I'll just do something about Halloween.
Cool, man.
Because I want to make this October a little bit better, because every October I plan on watching a bunch of shit, and I never get around to certain things. So I'm going to try to get around to a lot of the stuff I missed. But
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
that'll be in a couple weeks. So thank everybody for coming out. We got 20 people in here, which is kind of crazy for a Sunday morning that I just posted yesterday about it. I'll try to do better on posting it, but a little bit beforehand.
I think people like having us on these.
I mean,
live streams.
yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll be back next time with like a European Halloween pre-show for Halloween.
It's got to be European.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be, but the majority of it's going to be British and Italian.
Oh well,
That
yeah,
kind of
Is
stuff.
it like recommendations? Is this kind of thing?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Or stuff you like to watch. So
Okay,
we'll
yeah.
we will be back next time, and then you can look at the Dead Pit Facebook page for any additional streams, like the stream I'm going to do Friday night. So
Awesome.
thanks for coming. We'll be back next time.
Yeah.
Hi everybody.
Bye, guys.